The biggest thing, and we didn't touch on this, but the biggest thing I want you to take away, or that would like to share now, is that you are a superstar. Okay. What does that even mean? Well, you have a superpower. Nobody else in the world is born with, you know how they say that you're one in a million? That's not even true. The science shows that you're one in billions, multiple billions. And so the reality is, there'll never be another you. And you want to hone your superpower. That's step one that I write about in the book. What does that even mean? That means that there's something that you do that no one else does that's unique to you, and you'll carry that into every single career that you have. I was at a recent event with EXP, and Ed Milet was talking about his superpower. He said, and here's a guy, Tamara, worth $800 million. He said, guys, I got to tell you, I'm only good at two things. Now, hold on a minute. Wait a minute. You're worth almost $1 billion, and you're on stage telling me that you're only good at two things. He said, I'm good at loving people, and I'm good at reading people. Okay. Those are superpowers. All right. Mm-hmm. Now, once you understand what your superpower is, you can apply that in any industry, whether it be, you could be doing plumbing parts. Okay. And I know some billionaires that are in the plumbing parts world. So don't knock it. You could be selling real estate. You could be doing anything else, and your superpower will go with you. And so you want to take the aptitude test, like the DISC profile test. The Genius test is my favorite, by Roger Hamilton. You want to take the passion test as well. And there's several other tests that I recommend. I write about them in the book. But the point is, too many entrepreneurs don't spend the time to find out exactly who they are, so that they can actually become, not necessarily become, but be who you are. And you can't be that until you know it. And that's what's going to make everything you do fun and easy. Let me say it again. When you understand who you are as your superpower, everything else you do is going to be fun and easy. I remember I used to watch the Justice League. And it was like Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman and others. And they would get together. Now it's like the Avengers, right? But see, you can't send the Incredible Hulk. If I need a stealthy mission, I'm not going to send the Incredible Hulk. Okay. Why? Because all he knows how to do is smash stuff. It's a great skill, by the way. But if you know you're the Incredible Hulk and all you know how to do is smash, guess what? I'm gonna say, hey, let's make sure you focus just on smashing stuff, but all these other areas in your business, let's get some other superheroes in there to do those. Yeah. And so it's very important. I think that is step number one. I think it's probably the most important step that's overlooked. So what happens, Tamara, I'll end with this, is that we have these entrepreneurs and business leaders and real estate agents that build these huge empires with a very shaky ground, because it's not really built on their true identity. Well, and a lot of times we have never gotten to know who our true self is. That's very important work. It's so important work. And most of us, as we've gone through childhood, we were conformist. So if you're wearing red shoes, I'm wearing red shoes. If you got Nike, I'm wearing Nike. You're wearing Lee pants. Okay, next year is I don't know, Vidal Sassoon or Jordache. Back in the day, I'm dating myself. So it was a trend. I would always go with the trends, and at some point you have to start asking yourself, wait a minute. And we see this too, Tamara, with mothers that have gone through raising kids, and then they're like, well, wait a minute, what do I like? Like, what do I like to do? Where do I want to live? What do I like for dinner? Well, they've been in this servant mode for so long that they just don't know. And so that's why it's so important. Part of the book is a workbook that's in one of the early chapters, where you can, I call it Discovering Your Divine Destiny, and find out exactly who you are. And that's so critical, because most people, it's not that they're not being who they are. They just have never found out who they are so that they can be that person. That makes sense. And I've had it the other way, Tamara, where people have told me, I feel like a perpetrator. I feel like a fraud, an imposter going out trying to do luxury, Yeah. And I tell them, Tamara, I say, you know who the real fraud is? The real fraud is you working with first-time home buyers when you've been licensed for 15 years, and you're a luxury. You are a luxury specialist. You're just pretending to not be one. Okay, that's the real fraud, is not walking in your true divinity, like the higher echelon of who you are. You're acting all meek and small, like that's really who you are, but it's really the other way around. You're a $1 million GCI producer, but you're acting like 150,000 a year, GCI producer, and that's the real fraud. Is you
Yeah.
not being your ultimate self.
Hey, I hope you enjoyed the video. Hey, I want to invite you out to Knolly Coaching Club. That's right. The Knolly Coaching Club is where I'm able to teach, train, and coach you to your ultimate greatness. Go to knollycoaching.com and I'll see you on the inside.